remember why you started. This is important whether you're in school, whether you're starting a business, no matter what it is that you're trying to start or trying to get going, there are going to be days where things are extremely difficult and you're going to think about quitting because of this. And for me, when I was in school, this would happen when I was in college, even when I was in dental school. Whenever you would have really stressful weeks, or whenever I would have really stressful weeks, I would just think, oh, this would be so much easier if I was just working right now, if I didn't have to worry about all these exams I have coming up, if I didn't have to worry about this coming up. And especially being in college, it can be really difficult to see the end of the journey because you're so caught up in, oh, well, I don't want to take this exam, I don't want to study for this class. And that's why more than ever, it's important to really remember why you got started. Like, for example, why you decided to go to college. You decided to go to college to get a better job, to create more opportunity. Whether that means you're trying to go to med school or pharmacy school or dental school, you went to college to put yourself in position to get into dental school or pharmacy school. And that was really hard for me because a lot of my friends in college, they were able to get jobs coming fresh out of school using those degrees. But for me, I kind of knew that, okay, with my degree, I'm not necessarily going to be able to make 6 figures a year coming fresh out of school. I'm going to have to go to more school. And so I just had to try my best to remind myself that even though it's a little bit more delayed gratification, I had to remind myself that on days I didn't want to study, that there was still a purpose for it in the end. And really, that's just why it's important to remember why you're getting started doing something. And even when I first started going to the gym, the same thing happened where there would be days when I would be like, oh, I've been working out for a few months and I haven't seen the changes that I wanted to see. And whenever you have those days, it's important to always ground yourself and remember, okay, I started working out to see these changes. And even though it might not happen tomorrow, I know that as long as I stay consistent and I keep showing up for myself, that it's going to happen in due time. Because really what separates people who end up getting really good at something and people who get successful at something versus those who don't really is just the consistency and who shows up more often and more consistently than the others. And even like with making YouTube videos, I decided that I was like, okay, well, if I start getting consistent at making and recording YouTube videos, I'm only going to get better over time. And my first YouTube videos might not be the best YouTube videos ever created, but at the same time, everyone has to start somewhere. And whenever I look at other content creators and things like that, it's easy to compare and say, oh, well, I'm not as good of a public speaker as this channel or this person. But they've also probably had hundreds or thousands of videos that they've recorded, as opposed to me, where it's like I'm kind of still in that beginning stage. And it's the same thing, whether it's music, whether it's sports. You could record your first song and go, oh, it doesn't sound as good excuse me, as so-and-so, but they've recorded hundreds of songs or they've been making music for 20 years. So they have a lot more experience under their belt. And so comparing your step 1 to someone else's 20th step is really just unfair to you. And with YouTube, that's why I really had to look within myself and remember that, okay, I'm making these videos with the purpose of helping people. And I'll get better at recording videos and talking and all of that stuff in the process. But ultimately, if I don't start somewhere, if I don't start recording videos, I'm never going to get better. And so that's something that I've really been trying to work on, is understanding that your first few videos aren't going to be amazing per se. Just like how Steph Curry didn't become the person that he was overnight just from going to the gym one day. It was, years and years and hundreds of thousands of shots later that he became who he was. And I decided to throw him in there because I think it was last night, Golden State was playing Phoenix, and I didn't see the whole game, but I saw that he made like this insane game winner from like 29 feet, where he kind of caught the ball, spun around, and just like threw it up and just nailed it. And so it can get easy to watch a shot like that and think, oh, like how come I can't make that, or how did he do it? And it's like, yeah, that's what happens when you've put up hundreds of thousands or even millions of shots in your lifetime. You get to the point where a 29 footer, of course you're gonna miss it sometimes, but it's a lot more makeable when you've taken that shot thousands and thousands of times. So yeah, you guys, to sum up this video, I just wanted to talk about the importance of remembering why you started. And because there are gonna be days where you wanna quit, days where you're going to wonder if it's still worthwhile. But as long as you remember why you started something and you keep that purpose close to you, then it'll help you power through those tough days and those long nights. And so I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you guys did, please give me a like, follow, and subscribe. And I also have a course called Beyond Diplomas and Degrees. You guys can find it in the first link in the description. And essentially I talk about different things that I've learned throughout my time being in school, whether it's high school, college, and then dental school as well. And so, yeah, you guys, I hope you guys loved this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.